Good evening, everyone. Mayank, Devil, Ankit, good evening. Good evening, Shanbaz, Rahul, good evening. Santosh, evening. Abhilasha, good evening. Akash, hello. Hello, Nana. How are we doing? It's Tuesday. How is Tuesday going? Boring till now? No worries, Santosh. We'll make it interesting. Bhuvneshwari, evening. Manoj, Nana, normal, okay. Vishali, why boring though? What made your day boring? Mine is doing fantastic, busy. The day that is busy is good. The day when there is less work or no work, then it is painful. Good evening, Nilanjan. Oh, okay, bad. I'm sorry to hear that. So it's been cloudy here. Looks like it's going to rain. How about wherever you are placed? How is it? Time management tips, Javed. It is not part of syllabus, but if you could ask me a few specific questions, I am happy to help you. Otherwise, it's a wide topic. Okay, Ankit. Good evening, Chinuji. Were you not there yesterday? Mumbai, Ankit? Javed, please ask specific questions. Where exactly you find it difficult, and I'll definitely help you. Oh, okay, I get it. Good evening, Anish. Very many, but I'm not fond, Ankit. Lol. Uh, no, I wouldn't. Yeah. No, no, no. They usually don't come out like that. Okay. And the area that they live in is a prime location. So um, not all of us, like middle class, can stay there in those areas unless you have. An ancestral apartment. So no. Mumbai, Javed. Yeah, really. That's great, Preeti. Good evening, Mang. Trust me, there is nothing fascinating. Mm. Now, see, oranges from Nagpur are fascinating, or mangoes from Ratnagiri or Devgarh. That's fascinating. Wow, so many of you. That's nice, Javed. Say bulldozer Baba. Hello, Daniel. Uh, have I tried Hyderabadi biryani? Is that what you're saying? I have tried Hyderabadi pearls. I love them. So I have very many pearls from Hyderabad. That's nice, Nani. That's good, Ankit. Even I'm a vegetarian. Okay, so lovely to know about you all a little bit. We have 2 more days left, excluding today's session. So, yes, when we start the session, do keep telling me more about you. I would love to know more about you all, love to interact with you. But, yes, of course, because we have limited time, we cannot talk for long, and we have to continue with our studies. So, um, did we finish the email from yesterday that I assigned to you? Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere. Okay, that's great. Javed. Coach Dipti. It is simple. Coach Dipti for Insta and Dipti M for the LinkedIn, and you should be able to find me. Whose LinkedIn ID? Yes, Coach underscore Dipti. Right. Okay. All right. So, Javed, all I was saying is if you have a specific question, so are you facing are you facing difficulty in managing your time between the different courses that you're doing? A, or are you facing difficulty because you procrastinate even though you have so much of work? So, what's your problem or what's bothering you, especially as far as time management is concerned? Nana, with the M. Like my name suggests here on the screen. You see it? Same. Most welcome. Uh, as in you procrastinate. Is that what you're saying, Javed? Most welcome, Nana. Yes. Okay. So, Javed, as far as the habit of procrastination is concerned, and this is an issue with a lot of people, or I can say 90% of our generation, especially, those Insta reels are so fascinating, or that one episode of Netflix is so fascinating that then one episode becomes two, two becomes three, and the entire season. Okay. So basically, right, absolutely. So what you need to do is you need to reward yourself. So there is a behavior called reward and punishment. Okay. So if you do well on a certain day, how others reward you. Okay. But here, what you need to do is you need to watch yourself, you need to reward yourself and punish yourself. Okay. Now, one thing that you can do if you're sitting to study, or if you're sitting to write something creative, or working on a particular project, developing app, do not keep your phone beside you. Okay. Do not keep your phone beside you, keep it in the other room. Okay. So you can take an advantage of you being lazy. I know I'm lazy. If my phone is in the other room, I'm not going to get up and take it. Not for at least half an hour, 45 minutes. And you basically make take advantage of that. So that's one thing. Apart from that, you can use something called as, I don't know, Pranav, who calls you? Even Modi wouldn't have 1,000 missed calls in half an hour. Pranav? Okay. So I want you to Google something called as tomato timer technique. Okay. Just Google it. It's a very good technique. Yeah. And you basically work half an hour of uninterrupted time, and then you give yourself 15 minutes. Or you work uh, Zomato ni tomato. Yes, absolutely. Correct. Um, what I was saying is, so basically, if you say work for 1 hour uninterrupted, then you reward yourself 15 minutes of social media time. Then again, you get back to work. So this is how you basically reward yourself. Yes, yes, yes. Like Pomodoro technique. That's what I was saying to Chenoji. Okay, so it's known as tomato timer or Pomodoro technique. So it works really well, especially when you are a student, when you're studying. Okay. Yes. So now, shall we move on to emails, please? With your permission, everyone. Yes. So Javed, try this. See how it works. Let me know. Okay. So I give you a situation, and you were to prepare an email on that. So I want some hands raised, and I want some people to read their emails, please. Please do not shy away from reading what you've written. Okay. I've had someone raise their hands. Raise your hand, people. Excuse me for that. Okay. Sachin? Should I invite you to speak? Okay, there you go. Oh, and I've lost you, Sachin. Okay, all right. So, in that case, let's quickly read through the email. If no one's interested in participating, then let's quickly read through the mail. So here was a situation that you are a product manager at Juggers, an apparel company. You are going to write mom for the summer marketing campaign meeting. Okay, so here is the mail. Uh, you'd simply write mom summer marketing campaign, and that's it. Okay, so hello all. Thank you for attending the meeting this afternoon. We have covered many important items and achieved several goals that were set during the previous meeting. Now, from here on, you will take you'll have another paragraph. Okay? In today's meeting, so this is the opening. This is the opening. This is your main body. In today's meeting, we discussed the content strategy for our upcoming summer marketing campaign. We reviewed what tasks were completed since the last meeting and listed additional projects. Here are more details on this discussion. And then these are the pointers. You see, who's got the responsibility? Avi has got the responsibility. So, what he would do X, Y, Z. And what's the deadline? This is the deadline. So, whenever you write mom, this is how you basically write what responsibility has been given to whom and what is the due date. Okay, always be mindful of that. Yeah? Please feel free to contact me for any clarifications. Now take a couple of minutes, read through this, and then if you have any questions, please ask me. Sorry, Shabir, I didn't see it. I Yeah, I'm seeing it now. It's okay. I would have you read next email. Is that okay, Shabir? Yeah. So just read through how mom is basically drafted, and then you can ask me questions. Any queries, questions? Anybody? Just mention yes or no. Y or N would also do. Okay. Then let's quickly look at the next topic. Okay. The situation is you are the category manager for an e commerce firm, Zeus. One of your top brands has raised an issue that you have not picked up the goods for one of the orders placed with them. Write an email to the brand to manage this escalation. So basically, there has been an escalation, and escalation is about that you have not basically picked up the order that was placed. Yeah, and you need to manage this escalation. Again, feel free to assume necessary details. For example, the name of the organization, the sector that you work in. Per se, you have not delivered the software, the first cut of the software that you were to by XYZ date, and there has been an escalation, and you need to manage the escalation. So, as far as the situation is concerned, if you would like to assume, you may. My only concern is that you should be able to answer to an escalation email, whether you can apologize properly and also provide the solution or not. Okay, so here are the points that you need to keep in mind. A, never ever run away from complaints. Okay, acknowledge the receipt of the complaint, promise action, reply with calmness and show respect. There is a possibility that since it is an escalation, the message from the other side is filled with emotions, anger, but we need to maintain or keep our cool and keep your reply to the point. Can we quickly draft an email on this, everybody? Yes? All right. So I'm putting the situation here for you, and I'm giving you 5 minutes. You may start drafting an email. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you may post it here. I'll keep checking the chat box frequently. Okay. If you're done, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, lovely. A lot of us are done. So, who would like to read this email? Raise your hands, please. Yeah, you can do that, but it's better if you read it. That way, you can practice speaking. That way, you can come out of your stage fear. It has a lot of benefits. Okay, fair enough. So, I'm inviting you, Shinuji. There you go. Hello. Hello. I see you're speaking, but I'm not able to hear you. Is your mic working fine? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll have to end this conversation. Shabir, let me invite you quickly.
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Clearly.
All right. So, I write this mail in the way to the person. In subject line, I mentioned apology for delay. Then I start, hello, sir. I do apologize for the unexpected delay in picking up the order. I immediately assigned this task to one of us on a high priority. I'm assuring that this will not happen again. Regards, Sabirali, and that's
Okay, quite reassuring, Shabir. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's quickly look at what an ideal mail would look like. Okay, so like Shabir said, apologies for delay in picking up the order or goods. And then the name of the person. Thank you for reaching out to us about the incident of delay in picking up the ordered goods lying in your warehouse. I understand that you must be feeling really overwhelmed right now. I hope you accept my apology on behalf of the organization or company. This has happened due to a glitch. So first of all, in first paragraph you apologize, then you give a reason what has happened. This has happened due to a glitch in one of our servers creating a discrepancy in data, which has been rectified and resolved. The logistics department is on to fix this problem, and you will receive a heads up as soon as the goods are picked up from your warehouse. I hope now you are putting your expectations. Okay, I hope this incident won't kill your trust in our brand. Also, hoping to work with you more closely in the future. Okay, so basically you apologize, then thank you, complimentary close followed by a comma, your name, say Avi Sharma, and your signature then. Okay, so again you see the 3 paragraph rule: opening, main body, and then closing. Clear, everyone? Let's do one more situation. Would you? Yes, Pranav. As I said, you may feel free to assume necessary details. This is a hypothetical scenario, right? So yeah, feel free to assume necessary details. It could be anything. You can say it got delayed due to the COVID issues, or it got delayed due to say a mass absence. Uh, Due to section 144 imposed in your state or city, whatever. So yes, absolutely, could be any issues. Yeah, but it's just that you have to give a reason as to why this has happened, and this won't happen in future. It's something that you have to reassure your client. Okay, so one last situation: you are XYZ category manager at Romelo, a SaaS company. Now you may assume an organization from your own sector, okay, IT or supply chain or whatever. Write an email to an existing client informing them of an upcoming update in their HRM software and features of the update. Do we all understand the situation? Any questions? All right, fair enough. So what are the points that you need to consider? Be Follow a precise subject line, write it like a story, explain features of new updates, and be clear in communicating the details. Okay, so you're going to explain the features and you will also talk about its benefits to the client. Okay, what motivated you to update this software? Okay, and be very clear in communicating, would there be any cost involved, if there is any? Okay, or would your system be down? So usually when there are updates, the system goes down for certain hours, right? So mention all the necessary details. Are we clear? Absolutely, absolutely, Chinergy. Are we clear, everyone? Yes. Others? Yes. All right, lovely. So let's quickly draft an email. Just keep giving me a thumbs up as soon as you're done. If we have more than 10 people who are done, we will quickly check the email and then move on with interview preparation. Sorry, Pranav, didn't get your question. You're writing this email to client, correct, regarding a software update. See, it says write an email to the existing client. Okay, how many of us are done? Can we see a few thumbs up? Anybody? Okay, would you like me to discuss it here? Yeah? Okay, let's do that then. All right, lovely. So, Romulo, the product name, product's new features. Hi, Yash. The sudden changes in global affairs have likely created new challenges for you and your team, making it hard to keep up with what matters most to your business, your customers, and the employees. Our goal is to help you navigate the shifts in customer demands while adapting to remote workforce. That is why we put together the remote support bundle, which is complementary with your subscription. So, no cost involved. The remote support bundle is accessible with a subscription to the Pro or Enterprise version of our support or support suite. Plans to includes in plans and includes excuse me, a mix of products designed to provide your team with essential remote capabilities, including collaboration tools, data insight, workforce management, and training. The product updates will go live on XYZ date, for which there will be a downtime of 40 minutes for upgradation from 23:15 to 23:55 hours on the 24th of March at night, basically. We are looking forward to hearing from you soon with the feedback about our new update post the 25th of March 2022. So, is this clearly defined? It talks about no cost involved. It talks about why are we upgrading our product. Okay. It talks about when would the upgrade take place. It talks about when would be the downtime. It talks about what would be the benefits. And it basically, in the end, we are also taking feedback. Okay. So, we are also expecting feedback from our clients as to how they liked the upgraded software. Fair enough. Is everyone comfortable with this? Okay. So try and direct it to one person, Chinoji. Okay. So here the name is not mentioned. Write an email to Rahul. See? Sorry. Yeah. Uh, sorry. Okay. Here you can assume the name because you are Snehal and you're writing an email to someone. So you can assume whom you're writing an email to. Okay, don't write the entire hi team and stuff. Here we are to inform you that the upcoming update about EBC features. Features by feedback for customers and more easily. Please down the timing about the update. In specified times, software will be down hours. Okay. Yeah. Uh, Chinoji looks decent, but it's best if you plan it this way. Okay, in a proper coherent sequence. Okay. So on that note, here are a few practice questions that I want you to do at home. So take a snapshot. Please take a snapshot. Done, everyone? Just give me a thumbs up when you're done. Yes. Okay, lovely. So I'm stopping the share. And without any further delays, we'll go ahead with interview question and interview preparation, pre-interview preparation session. But before that, let me quickly ask you if you have any questions, doubts, queries with reference to email writing. Any concerns? Anything? No? Yes, no, maybe? Okay. All right. Please stay active on chat. Don't be miser in responding. Chanoji, we have covered everything about email, so you can probably go through the recording of yesterday's session and you will get a fair idea. We have covered A to Z of emails. I had shared the link with you yesterday where you could find recordings. Please guide someone here. Yes, I had kept on mute. All right, so let's quickly start with pre-interview skills. Okay, so how many of us have appeared for the interviews till now, and how many interviews have you appeared for? Could you put a number to it, everyone? Yeah, approximate number. Okay. Uh, Oh, 12 interviews. That's nice. Okay. So Nilanjan 10. Not not bad. Okay. So if you were to sum up the experience in a few words, what would you say? It's okay if you haven't. It's totally fine. But if you were to sum up the experience, then what would you say? Yes, an honest one, of course. No filters. Okay, confidence. Okay. I mean, when I say no filters, I definitely meant watch your words, but it's okay. Okay, it's important to be presentable. A good introduction helps a lot. Right. No, but I'm asking what was your experience like? Like how Pranav said that it wasn't good, or Vipul said that it was full of stress, especially the pre-interview stage. So like that, I want to know your experiences. Oh, Pranit, what makes you say so? Nervous, Mayank. Yes. Okay, it went well. Very good, Anish. What went well? Okay, stress, nervous. All right, fair enough. Fair enough, Mukesh. Fair enough, Bhuvneshwari. Okay, thank you, Sachin. Okay, Naveen. All right, fair enough. I think so. More or less, everyone's feelings are mutual. That there is a lot of stress, there is a lot of nervousness. The heart starts beating faster. Uh, there is uh, there is weird kind of a pressure that you go through. Okay, when you are waiting to get interviewed, or even when you're applying for a particular job, as a matter of fact. Yes, so these are the emotions that everyone goes through. However, what happens is, what reduces your nervousness, what reduces your anxiety, what increases your confidence is this pre-interview process. So yes, you are bound to do well on an interview day, and we will talk about it. Okay. However, what matters the most is what you do before the interview. Okay, and that's what exactly we are going to look at today. Okay, Sanjay, I'm reading your comment. Fair enough, Sanjay. Yes, you learn it with experience, correct. Right, Akash. Fair enough. Yes, interview is a test of all the skills that you have learned, honed till now. Okay, and it is a one time opportunity that you get, at least for the next 3 months. Okay, and then again you can reapply for that particular company after 3 months or 6 months, depending on the company policy. But yes, it's one opportunity that you get to create that great impression with a particular organization. Absolutely, Pranav. Yeah, and hence you should know your resume or your CV, and you should know yourself very well. So today we will be cracking the pre-interview process, or we will be discussing the pre-interview process. What should one do before you even apply for that particular job? So how does a typical interview process looks like? There is resume screening, an exploratory call, a technical interview, HR interview, compensation discussion, and finally the offer letter gets rolled out. And we are going to talk about each stage as well gradually. So first, resume screening. What happens during resume screening is they basically screen your resume to see if it meets the job requirement or not. Okay, or if it meets the job description or not. What you must have in your CV or resume is definitely your experience, your education, your mention about your certification, skills and knowledge, personality traits if need be, and your competencies. Or you can talk about your strengths as well. Yes. So this is what your resume should have more or less. Okay. It's not necessary that you have to have everything. So basically, when they are screening the resume, it goes through ATS. Okay. Yeah. So basically, this is a tracking system. Yeah. So what you need to make sure is that you match your resume with the job description. Does your resume match the job description or not? If it does not, and see if you have missed out talking about those skills in your resume, I expect you to update your resume before sending it to the potential employer. Make sure that you do not ever send a standard same resume to everyone. No, CV means an academic resume. So it is usually CV is for freshers and resume is for experienced people. Okay, is that clear? Okay, so now what you do is you update your CV or your resume and then you send it to the employer. Make sure that your resume is in Word document. It is in a Word document. If you're sending it to the company, and you can send PDF if you are sending it to the person. Okay, why? Because whenever a resume or profile goes through ATS, it usually requires the profile in Word document and not in PDF. If you would like and you're not sure whether your resume goes through, your resume will be scanned by a person or by the machine, you can send both the formats. And it is totally okay. In fact, your potential employer will appreciate you, and they would consider that you are someone who is up to date with the industry trends. Okay, so you can mention it in your email that sharing my resume or my CV in both PDF and Word format for the comfort of your perusal. Simple as that. Okay, so any questions ATS is basically a resume tracking system. Okay, it tracks your resume, it matches your resume with your skills and job description. Okay, so it basically, you need to have keywords in your resume. For an example, if it says, the job description says that someone whom you are hiring should know C plus, C plus plus, and if your resume does not have C plus or C plus plus, your resume will get rejected. Or say knowledge of agile, but your resume does not have agile, and here agile is the most important requirement. Okay, then your resume will be automatically rejected by the tracking system. Is that clear? Yes, applicant tracking system. Thank you. Yeah. Naukri, always a Word format. In fact, in your Naukri and LinkedIn as well, you have an option to use both two formats as well. So you can have your resume in Word and you can have it in the PDF format as well. Yeah, you can use both the formats. So this is what it talks about. Time to pass the automated screening. Yes. So use keywords multiple times. Put keywords in context. Use regular bullet points. Keep it simple. See, it says avoid images and different fonts and tables. Why? Because again, if you do that, if you make it very fancy, they will not be able to, ATS will not be able to detect those skills. Okay. Keep your LinkedIn up to date, and whenever applicable, write out acronyms. Questions here? Any? Please go through it. Should you have any questions, use the chat box to ask. Is there any proper format? Simple Word format. There are hundreds of options available. Just take anything. Even if you go to Word, okay, so let me simply say open a Word document, and it is processing. It's weird. Okay, and if I go to file and I go for different formats, you see various formats are available even here. Yeah, new templates for resume. I simply search here resume and I'll get various formats. There you go. Okay, so this is how you can basically pick up formats for your resume. Are we clear? Any acronyms? So acronyms are basically industry specific acronyms. Okay, for an example, in my industry, TNI, TNA. Okay, training need identification and training need analysis. Okay, so that's the acronym. Yeah, if I say I'm an expert in ADDIE, so ADDIE is like agile, a way of doing something, methodology, working methodology. So ADDIE. So these are industry specific acronyms. No, it is not necessary. What is necessary is that you put authentic information. Okay, just because that particular job description has demands, certain demands, but if you do not have those skill sets, you will not put that uh, in the resume. See, basically, they are going to verify, they are also going to drill you on your skill set later on. So even if your resume goes through ATS and then if you're not able to answer those skill based question, it will be a question on your integrity. So all I'm saying is that you can put those keywords in your resume provided you have those skill sets, provided you have that experience. Does that answer your question, Raven? Okay. No, as in Nana, it doesn't answer your question. All clear. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Now comes the next stage, which is an exploratory call. So here, basically, on an exploratory call, what happens is this process will give you the insight on into a particular career, industry, or corporate culture of the organization. Okay, so you'll get an idea about or more information about the particular organization. So when you get an exploratory call from your potential employer, feel free to ask them questions if you have any. Okay, and you can ask professional questions like where would you be based, or where is the role, uh, does the role require you to travel, what would be the work timings. These are the questions that you can definitely ask. You get to know, understand more about the organization. Yes. And what you need to do in order to prepare for the exploratory call is research and know more about the organization. Make a list of questions that you wish to ask and also take notes during the call. So, I'm a big preacher again of sitting with a pen and a diary. And this is for each and every call of yours. So, right now, I'm not sitting to learn anything, I'm sitting to train. Even then, I have my book and my pen with me just to ensure that if there is anything that I must make note of, I would, and I have something handy to do so. Yes, so always take notes. For an example, shift timings, location. Otherwise, what happens is during the conversation, you may talk about it and then you would forget about it later, and then it gets embarrassing to ask the same question again. And I'm sure it must have happened with you before, right? You ask questions, then you forget the information, and then it gets weird to ask for the same information again, and then you're stuck. And that's when the pen and paper comes handy. Never ever make use of devices to make notes, especially when you are on a virtual call like this. Reason being that people would not be able to understand the difference between you making notes or you are busy browsing on your social media. So avoid that. I have seen many people, even in colleges, I have seen students, I'm taking notes, ma'am. Okay, but no, it doesn't help. Yeah, it makes you look suspicious. So how to research about the organization is something that we are going to look at in some time. Important, yes, make a list of questions you wish to ask, because again, when you are in conversation, you would definitely forget at least one or two questions that you wanted to ask. Yeah? So again, uh, a well preparation, or a prepared approach to exploratory call really helps you get the insights that you have always wanted about the organization. Should you have any questions? As I said, that how to research about the company is something that we are going to look at a later stage. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the technical interview. So basically, technical interview is something which is totally based on your knowledge. It is to check the depth and the breadth of the knowledge that you have in your particular field. Okay, so do not be surprised if they ask you basic questions. Okay, so what happens is, after gaining a certain experience, or even after graduating, we feel that what we learned in uh, when we were in junior college is irrelevant. Okay, but your interviewer doesn't feel that. They may ask you very basic questions. Okay, so one of my friends was applying as analyst in one of the IT companies, and one of the skill set required was um, good at Microsoft Excel. Okay, and the interviewer happened to ask him that how do you use filter? What is the shortcut to use filter? Now, this person, through his finger on keyboard, has a habit of doing Alt DFF even 10 times a day. But at that particular moment, he couldn't recall that it is the shortcut is Alt DFF, and he did not get through the interview. That you do not know the basics. Okay, so basics are important. Do not ignore them. You are never smart enough, and the person had 10 years of experience, by the way. Okay, you are never smart enough to ignore the basics. So they will basically check your knowledge, both depth and breadth of your knowledge. What you can do to prepare for the technical interview: do background research on what product services a particular organization is involved in. Get your fundamentals right, as I said, get your basics right. Communicate clearly. Ask for clarification if necessary. It is totally okay if you did not understand the question. You may ask them to repeat the question, or you may rephrase the question and ask them, is this what you're asking? Is this what you want me to do? Okay, and communicate clearly. If you do not know an answer to something, you simply say a no instead of giving a wrong answer. Sorry, I do not know the answer, and that's it. Okay, and finally, practice mock interviews. Yes, after all, it is your area of expertise, and only you can practice. So make sure that you, if nothing, then you simply search for basic 30 questions that get asked during the interview in your particular field, and you focus on those top 30 questions. And all you need to do is Google top 30 technical interview questions in XYZ industry. Yeah, and you will get your questions. Are we clear? Yes. Anything pertaining to technical round that you might want to ask me? Lovely. Okay, moving on to HR interview. So HR basically focuses on behavioral parts of you. So they would ask you questions based on your personality, strengths, weaknesses, capabilities to handle the role. They would do your background check, and basically they would try to understand if you are the right fit for the job or not, but they would not ask you any technical questions. Yeah, so as far as to prepare for HR interview or HR round, you need to understand which position you are applying for. Is it an individual contribution role? Is it a team player role? Is it a managerial role? So understand the position and the designation that you're applying for, and accordingly research the role. Go through your resume. Most people get stuck on answering questions which are mentioned on on their resume. Uh, One of the hobbies, reading books. What was the last book you read? No answer. So be very honest. If reading is not your hobby, do not mention it. It's not going to create a great impression. Why? Because people sitting on the other side of the table are seniors, and they definitely have read at least a book or two, if not more. Yes. So if reading is not your hobby, don't mention it. Yes. So please learn more about your resume. Go through your resume. Do not put anything in your resume which you do not know about. Yeah. Research about the organization as far as the goals, vision, mission is concerned. You should know the company's vision, mission, goal. You should know organization's turnover. You should know what are they planning to do in the next 5 years. So whatever is available online, you can use that material to research. And in the end, be interactive with the interviewer. Yeah. Overall, by asking all these questions, what they are trying to do is they are trying to check your confidence level. So are you confident enough? Can you communicate? Can you whatever you're saying, can you say it confidently with conviction? Is what your HR is looking forward to, and that's what you're going to provide them. Are we good with HR round? Questions, if any? You can simply give me a thumbs up, and I'm okay with that as well. Yeah. Yeah, this is easy and faster, right? Riaz, when you are well prepared, half of your confidence comes from there, and remaining half, your interviewer knows that you, if you're a fresher, you might be a little nervous, and if they genuinely like your profile and they want to hire you, they will do anything to make you feel comfortable. Trust me on that. Absolutely. Go ahead, Shinoji. You enjoy your evening. Okay, does that answer your question, Riaz? Moving on, the next, compensation discussion. Now, this is an interesting factor. Okay, so basically, this is an important part of overall hiring process. Once you have gone through all the four stages, finally the time comes to talk about the salary. Remember to negotiate the salary. Remember that you are aware of the industry standards. Okay, an industry, say an IT industry at band 10 offers a package of band 10 or 11 offers a package of anywhere between 6 to 8 lakhs. Okay, and this is what the industry offers. Now what does the company offer? A particular company that I'm going for, they have a little higher standards. So what they offer is they offer between 7 and 9 lakhs. And this is something that you should know about. Riaz, you would never know if they want to hire you or not. Okay. But yes, with the way interview goes, you would be able to gauge whether you have done a good job or not. Okay. So you should be aware of industry standards. You should be aware of what the organization offers at that particular designation and that particular grade. This way, you will be in a position to negotiate the salary. Okay. So, how do you prepare yourself for compensation discussion? A, we discussed familiarize yourself with industry salary trends. Prepare your talking points. Now, when I say prepare your talking points, What does it mean? It basically means what you bring on the table. Okay, which means you talk about your strengths. Okay, and you are going to justify it logically. Yeah, then display your passion for work. You say that I definitely would love to work with an organization like you, but I also want to ensure that I'm happy with what I get paid. Yeah, or I'm happy with the compensation, or that it is up to the industry standard, which motivates me to work harder, which motivates me to achieve more. Okay, and of course, having said that, you must understand the constraints, you must understand the situation and negotiate accordingly. How can you find organization salary range? It is available on Glassdoor. Okay, you can make your LinkedIn to use and connect with people who are working in that particular organization, and you may uh, have a fair idea. You may ask them approximately how much do they give at this particular band. You can also put your questions on Quora. Okay, that also is a great tool. Huh? So these are the few sources that you can use. LinkedIn always comes to your rescue. Please be there on LinkedIn, please be active, and please connect with people of your industry. And please stay connected with people you plan to work with in future. Always. Okay. Your network is your net worth is not a lie. No, Glassdoor is different, Nilanjan. Glassdoor basically gives company reviews. It talks about how the environment of the organization is. So it talks about the salary structure of the organization. So this is what is available on Glassdoor. Then use Quora and LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional social media handle. Hmm, that's a great question, Yogesh. So when they ask you how much do you offer, you simply say as per the industry standard, as per the industry standards. Yeah, 200% hike is too much, Yogesh. They may give you 100% hike, but 200 is too much to ask for. See, anything can happen on the basis of how your interview goes and on the basis of how urgently the company needs you. Okay, so this is a demand versus supply uh, equation. If the supply is in scarcity, they will definitely pay higher. So if they are not finding the right candidate, they will give you 200% hike as well. Esha, simple thing is that you focus on your skills, you focus on your strengths, you focus on the result that you have given to your organization and talk about it confidently. Negotiation is all about that. See, 40% Ankit is standard. So if you're getting 50, 55, not bad. Yes, Esha, be confident about what you've achieved till now. Even if you're a fresher, you haven't achieved anything in the industry, but if you have done a good job in college, if you have been a leader, if you have been someone who is able to convince people, get your work done smoothly, you would very well talk about it in your interview and confidently. Yeah. So what happens is, in situations where we have to overestimate ourselves, we underestimate, and where we need to underestimate ourselves, we end up overestimating. Just try and bring that balance. Hope that makes sense, everyone. Yes. With me till now? Hmm. Hope no one's run away for dinner. Anyone? Okay, lovely. Finally, the offer letter. Go through the offer letter carefully. Okay. So basically, what is mentioned in the offer letter is your designation, your title, description, the joining date, the compensation details, additional benefits, and the conditions of your employment. Okay, thoroughly go through your offer letter. If the salary does not match to what was discussed or something like that, you may always go back and ask for corrections. But once you accept it, there is nothing that you can do about it. Okay, so before signing, make sure that you go through it thoroughly. Also, as far as the compensation discussion is concerned, I forgot to add one point. Okay, uh, please do make sure that, say, if there is a constraint that the organization cannot give you a raise in salary, okay, say they cannot give you a very good raise, you may shift to benefits. So some organizations are ready to give you great benefits. Okay, they can pay for your higher education, they can send you for trainings, they can pay for xyz expenses, or they can give you work from home twice a week. So basically you will end up saving money on travel, food, and you will end up saving on time as well. Yeah, so try to negotiate first on salary. If that does not happen, you can also negotiate the benefits. uh, Anand, what is the reason for this? Are you changing your field of work? Then this may happen. Then this may happen, Anand, because though you have xyz years of experience for that particular industry, you are a fresher, so you may experience this. Okay, so right now I work as a freelancer and I get awarded very well, but if I want to move into a full-time job, I may have to settle for lesser compensation. Yeah, so that's how it is. So now we would talk about how do you prepare. Okay, so we talked about all the phases. Now we will discuss a few things in detail. So we have talked about company and the role, okay, in detail, but we will still revisit it once going forward. So before we start with how do I prepare, would you like a quick break? Yeah? Okay. Shall we return on 41 past 9? Yeah, shall we? Okay. All right. Please enjoy your dinner. Be back by 41 past 9. Yeah. And then we shall continue. So basically, offer letter is the final letter. Some companies they give you letter of intent and then offer letter. Some companies directly give you the offer letter. So it depends. Come at 42 past 9, Ankit. 9:42. Most welcome. Hello, all. Welcome back. Hope you all had dinner. Uh, Ravens, that is something that the organization decides for a particular opening. Okay, this depends on job description to job description. It's not set. But yes, in order to be your resume, in order to your resume in order your resume to be ATS proof, you at least have to have 60-70% skills matching with the job description. Only then you are considered as a decent fit. Clear? Okay, all right. So give me a thumbs up, people. Let me see how many of us are in. Just want to ensure that we have maximum participants before we go ahead. Okay, lovely. So allow me to share my screen. Coffee. Would you like some coffee? Okay, so now let's prepare for the interview. Okay, in detail, how to prep for an exploratory core and HR interview. So you understand more about the company and the role, the interview preparation, and grooming. As I said, as far as the company and the role is concerned, we have discussed quite a lot, but let's add a few more pointers. So, how could you research more about the company? So, I told you about understanding the vision and mission of the company, the size and growth opportunities in that particular organization. Some organizations have flat hierarchy, some people have vertical growth, which happens quite often. So, which kind of an environment would you comfortable in? You understand about the products and the services that the company offers, because during an exploratory call, this is something that you would be discussing about. Okay, they may also ask you a question like, do you have any queries for me? That's when you can, if you know about the size and the growth of the company, if you know about the company financials, if you know about the customers and the competitors, you are able to ask relevant questions. For an example, are there any future acquisitions that we are planning? Yeah. What is our goal 2025? Yes. So you need to know the organization's, a particular company's turnover. You need to know definitely, as they say, know your friends, but be close to your enemies. Okay, be close to your friends, but closer to your enemies. So be closer to your competitors, know more about them, know about your customer, what demographics your customers have, who's your target audience, what are their tastes like, what is changing in the industry, what are the recent industry trends, what could be the trends in the next 5 and 10 years, and what kind of a growth a particular industry is going to experience as per the research in the next 10 years. These are the few things that we must know about the organizations. Yes, I know, Anivesh, but I am a little drowsy. So I needed that coffee. I live in Mumbai, Pranit. Yeah, black coffee. Okay, so are we clear about the research? Any questions? All right. Okay. So now, how do you further research? So A, you go to company's website, okay, and understand their vision, mission, and the impact they wish to create, okay, on their website. So you simply go to the website. This is an academy's website snapshot. Yeah, and you go to about us section, and it will give you what's our mission, vision, what's the impact that we wish to create. So we wish to democratize access to high quality education. Currently, we have 50 million plus active learners and counting. Yeah. So this is how basically it gives you a snippet or snapshot of the company. Then you can go to LinkedIn. So something that we have already discussed. Yeah. Go to the LinkedIn page. Again, you would get to know more about the company here. You would get to know how many of your friends or how many of your connections are working here. Okay. You would get to know about what exactly we are trying to do or what exactly we do. So we are an e-learning organization. Yes. And here, if you see on the right side, you would also see the recent job postings. Okay. So all the organizations that you wish to work with, you must follow them on LinkedIn. Yeah. So are you following the organizations or at least top 5 companies from your industry on LinkedIn? Are you all? Yes, no, maybe? No? Then that's something you should do tonight. First thing first. Okay? Alrighty. Also, you can look at the products and services that the company offers. Yeah. So we prep for UPSC exams, right? And here is the material for class 6 to 12 CBSE board. Yeah, and also we help prepare for JEE, NET, IIT. Yeah. So that's how you can see the category offerings or the products and services offered by a particular organization. Should you know about this? You definitely need to know about this. Okay. The third way or the fourth way of doing it is basically researching the company on news tabs. Okay. Go to news and learn more about is the company in news, and if it is, then what are the reasons the organization is in the news. Okay. Get updates on organizations financials, get updates on the industry's financials, get updates on the growth of the organization, and that should very well help you predict the future of the organization as well. Now that you have researched about the company, okay, you know what is a mission, vision, you know the size and the growth opportunities, the product, services, offerings, financials, your competitors, and your customers. What you do is you analyze the job description. So you see, first thing, skills required for that particular job. And does it match with my skill set? Yeah. If it does not, I recommend you do not keep applying for jobs left, right, and center. If you do so, all you will face is disappointment. You may rather apply for 5 jobs and not 50, but apply for those 5 quality jobs after doing this research. You must do this research before sending your resume to the organization. Check the skills required, understand the job location, the designation. Would it be okay for you to move? Would the designation be okay? And the years of experience required. Finally, on the basis of these four, is this role for me? Would I be happy doing this job? Does it meet my skill set? Does it meet my interests? Okay, very important that you make this decision early on in your career. Otherwise, you'll have to shift careers at 40s. There is no, there is nothing wrong in that, but if you do so, there won't be very many people supporting you. Okay, so it's best that you think of those aspects at this age. Okay, and that should help you have a steady growth, okay, or an upward growth in your career. Yeah, so analyze the job description on the basis of JD. See if this particular role is for you or not. It's something that you need to derive to. Now, per se, as far as an opening is concerned about the um, BDA or Business Development Associate or an academy. Yeah, so this is the job description. These are keywords. Okay, these are main keywords. So your resume should have BD, sales, telecalling. Apart from that, what other keywords you see? Let me click on this link. Mm, 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 mm. Please excuse me. Somehow the link is not working. Give me a second, everyone. Okay, so the link is not responding. So basically, whenever you open any job description, read the see, Daniel, the reviews are bad in terms of what? Okay, per se, I thrive in a high pressure organization. I do well under pressure. Okay, so for me, if I am put or if I am placed in an organization which has a very relaxed work culture, okay, I am definitely going to quit the organization and I'm definitely going to write a review which is negative. Yeah, but if the review according to me or the organization or the culture is according to me not that great, would it be the same for you? I'm sure there is someone out there who wants to work in a relaxed working environment. Am I correct? So just don't blindly go by the reviews. As I said, research the company well, research the culture well, research everything about the organization, and ask yourself this question: is this role for me? Is this organization for me? Yeah, does it fit the person I am? Does the culture suit me? Okay, this is something you must answer to yourself. Yeah, there is nothing called as one size fits all. Absolutely, it depends on individuals' preference totally. Okay, now when you go through or when you run through the job description, Here also, during when you read responsibilities, you'll be able to find out a few keywords. For an example, CRM. Okay. Then agility, response quickly. Okay. Counseling experience, or people management, or sorry, uh, client relationship. Okay. So these are the few keywords that you would find, and you have to see, does your resume have those keywords or not. Are we very clear now? Akash, exploit LinkedIn. Use LinkedIn, connect with people on LinkedIn. Okay. Connect with people on LinkedIn who are currently working with the organization and who have left the organization, and take views from both. I am sorry. Thank you for highlighting that, Shabir. No, I didn't say agile. I said agility. Agility means quick. Okay. Agile is a method, and agility means someone who is quick. That's okay. No issues. Yeah. So basically, you match your resume with the job description. Are we good till here? Everyone awake? Has anyone gone to sleep post dinner? The ones who are sleeping, please raise your hands. Very many people are sleeping. You see, they have raised their hands. Yeah, this is like a joke in Supandi. Has anyone read Supandi comics? Any comic readers here? No? Okay. So basically, once the teacher jump, okay, once the teacher was taking the attendance in the class, yeah, and Supandi came and he suggested, "Ma'am, you are following the arbitrary method of taking the attendance." So teacher was like surprised, and she said, "So how do I do it?" And he said that just announce in the classroom, the ones who are absent, please raise your hands. Yeah, and teacher was like, "Kill me." Okay. So see here, the ones who are sleeping, please wave. And 20 people have waved. Ma'am, any one class for live interview? Yes, we will practice interview question answers, Anshul. Okay, now this is too much. 42 people. Very good. Very good. If this is what it is, if so many of you are sleeping, I must end the session. Should I? Yeah, I would say 150 people were sleeping. See, I see more thumbs up than more hellos than thumbs up. Okay, all right. Now there is a competition. Very nice. Okay, lovely. Back to business though. Please pay attention here instead of pressing on thumbs ups and waving simultaneously. Okay, so now let's get serious and research about the industry. So you have researched about the organization, you have checked the job description. Now, yeah, this is a game. Now we would talk about the industry. Okay. So, industry evolution. What was the industry like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, when it was established, to what it was a few years ago, what it is now, and what is the future of the industry. Like in IT, what is the future? What is the future in IT? What methodology? Absolutely. Artificial artificial intelligence. Okay. Then you talk about external impacts. Okay. So what are the external impacts? Per se, change in trade policy. Okay. Global. This is an external impact. Okay. It is not done by your government. No. It is an external impact. Say war. So how Russia and Ukraine war uh, got surged in fuel prices. So it is an external impact. Okay. Say COVID. That also was an external impact, and it affected almost each industry. Okay. Yes. Then let's talk about government policies. So does change in government policy affect your industry? Changes in what kind of policies would affect your industry? Tax. If they make changes in tax, how would it affect your industry? Yeah? Should have some idea about it. And finally, you should know the major players. Okay, you should know the major players in the industry. Per se, if I'm planning to work uh, with a small time IT firm, okay, I should know which are the industry giants. Could you name a few, please? Yes, absolutely. Annual reports does help. Could you name a few IT giants? Mm-hmm. Wipro, TCS, Infosys. Okay. Uh, mm, Accenture, right? Yes, absolutely. Google. Uh, Amazon would be this thing, not an IT giant. It is an e-commerce. Capgemini, correct. WNS. Yeah. Now, see, these are not all the companies are giants. Each industry has major players. Okay, so I should definitely know at least top 5 players. Okay, and what do they do and who is their customer base? That is something that I should definitely know. Okay, so this is how you research about the organization. Let's look at it in detail. Okay, so we talked about industry evolution, we talked about government policy, external impact, and major players already. Okay, now let's look at industry evolution in edtech. So how has edtech evolved over the years? So basically, this is an article from 2021, and it says Blink. It says that this industry will reach 3.5 billion by 2022, and towards the end of 2030, it will reach the 30 billion mark. Okay, so it is a fastly growing industry. Okay, so the evolution, how it started, where it started, and where industry is now. One second. Absolutely. Yes, Rahul, Sachin, Ali, you all are correct. Okay, so the same way, government policy, external impact. So, who are the major players in edtech? Who can tell me? Major players in edtech? Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Apart from us, there is Byju's. Byju's. Preeti, right? Okay. There is Byju's. There is an academy, Relevel. Yes. Relevel is a startup as of now. Correct. Yes. Skilling. Uh, then there is White Hat. Misho. No, Misho is not edtech. We are talking about education technology, edtech. Okay. Yeah, then there is Upgrad. Okay, so yes, Edureka, correct. So these are the few market players. So again, what we did for Relevel is what we did for an academy is something that we are doing for uh, Flipkart. So again, you simply go to say any company. Say if you're applying for a job in e-commerce, you simply go to their website and you go to about us section and you see the range of products that they offer. Okay, then you go to their LinkedIn page and again you talk about what exactly are they doing. Okay, more details about them. Here you can find who are those friends of yours who are working with Flipkart. So if you need to know anything about it, you can simply inbox them and ask queries and follow them if you wish to work with them, and that way you will get all the updates on openings. Yeah, learn more about the products and services and the category offerings, and finally uh, what exactly is happening with the company, what is Universal doing, what are the partners doing, what are they taking over, are they giving stakes to somebody else. Yes, and you basically find out more about the company here on Flipkart's website. Okay, so they have made 16 acquisitions, 25 investments, so you know about the financials of the organization. Total funding amount is this much. Major. And then you can simply go to company's website and also find out about the jobs and read the job descriptions and compare it with your resume. Absolutely, Anshul. There are many. As I said, that you should know about 4 or 5 major players. You cannot know about all the companies uh, into your organization. That's nice, Nana. Very nice. And what do you do? Okay, the same way you research about the industry. So we researched about e-commerce. Sorry, we researched about edtech. Now we are going to research about, say, e-commerce. So how did the industry start, where it is now, and what are the growth opportunities? Okay. So basically, see here it talks about It is expected to grow XYZ by 2025, 111.40 billion. Okay. And as of now, this is the estimated. So again, this is the fast growing industry. Yeah. So this is how you would research about the company. That's nice. Okay. So let's find out who are the major. Sorry, the link isn't working, it seems. Okay. But you can definitely find out major players in the industry. Now, we would talk about behavioral questions. Okay. So somebody was asking how to do interview question answers. Okay. So basically, HR usually asks you behavioral questions. And behavioral interview focuses on your past experiences, and you are basically here expected to support your answers with your experiences, with facts, data, and incidents. Okay. So why behavioral questions are important? So skills can be taught. Okay. Companies are okay to accommodate people who are not 100% good with their skills, but behavior is something that they wouldn't want to compromise on. Yeah. So basically, behavioral questions talks more about what kind of an experience you have. Okay. And whether you can handle such situations in their organization or your potential employer's workplace or not. So some of the behavioral questions that get asked are: have you ever made a mistake? How did you handle it? Give an example of how you set goals. Give an example of how you worked on a team. What you do if you disagree with someone at work. And tell me about a time you considered yourself as an excellent leader. So, uh, I would like you to take a snapshot of these questions, and prepare an answer for at least one or two, and we are going to discuss the answers here. So please take a snapshot quickly, everyone. And I want to see a thumbs up. Okay, lovely. So I'll give you 5 minutes. So it is around 20 to 16. So let's take 6, 7 minutes, and we will start the discussion at 25 past 10. Okay. So since you have good 8, 9 minutes in hand, if you can prepare answer to two questions. Okay. While Okay, let me share the screen. So basically, if I when I share my screen, I'm not able to view the chat box. Okay. So that's why I suggest you to take snapshots, which helps me keep an eye at the chat box. Done? Yeah. Okay. Lovely. So, Anshul, could you be more specific? Are you asking me whether you should put your experience in your resume or not? You must. So, are you still working on your business, or you have wrapped it up? Not now? Exactly. Then you can definitely show your experience, Anshul, and specifically mention that you are not currently doing a business. And if need be, if you have to give a reassurance to your employer, you may also tell them that you're not planning to restart your business. Okay, and that will give him a further reassurance. Okay, I hope you are preparing. You have 5 odd minutes more. um, you solely run it, or you are helping a family member? This is a little tricky one, Pranit. Uh, because the first question they will ask is that why would you like to do a job then? Do you have an answer to that? Because see, business is a full-time responsibility already. Okay. So someone asked for me to share the screen, so I'm just sharing it. Please take a snapshot quickly. So business is a full-time responsibility in itself. Okay. So unless you are closing down, unless you are handing over the responsibility to someone, uh, I suggest you do not mention it. Because the first question would be, how would you handle both? And ideally, as per the law as well, you are not allowed to have two sources of income if you're in a full time job. Yes, then you make it very clear that you're planning to wind it up, or you have already wind up. Correct. But Anshul, restaurant business was up and running. Okay. And yeah, I understand your concern, Anshul. What was your area of work about, Anshul? Oh, yes, it's a good book, Mohammed. Thank you. Okay, how many of us are ready with our answers? You may give me a thumbs up and you may also raise your hand so that we can start the discussion. Okay, great. Please raise your hands to speak, and I shall invite you to speak. I see in this group no one's participating. We are only participating through chat box. Okay, but end of the day, interviews, clearing interviews is all about you being orally able to answer the questions, and hence you need a practice. So if you need, take more time, but please, I want you all to raise your hands and start answering question. Okay, Nana, no worries. Yes, you need to think hard. Think about it. Okay, think about if you have made any mistakes. You think you have made any mistakes? And if yes, it does not matter. What matters is how you handled it. So here they are trying to see your behavior, okay, your approach. They know that every individual is bound to make errors, okay, but how do they handle the situation after that? Do they panic? Okay, do they calmly manage the situation? Do they fight? Do they run away? Do they resolve? So you need to think about it. Okay, I'm sure everyone must have made mistakes, right? Anyone who hasn't any mistakes? So talk about that. Talk about how you set your goals and how you achieve them. Does everyone do goal setting? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Yeah. So what's your way of setting goals and what you do to achieve your goals? These are simple day-to-day life questions. Okay, and I want people to raise their hands to answer these. So please raise your hands. If ideas are not coming, Aradhya, call them. Okay, Anand, Anish, two people have raised their hands. I want at least five people to raise their hands before we commence the discussion. So I have four, and all their names begin with an alphabet A. Oh, and a fifth A. Lovely. So, Anand, I'm inviting you to speak. You may give me your question, which question you are answering, and then uh, I need you to basically answer a question like you are facing the interview. Okay? Please do not hesitate in making errors. Okay? But be confident. Okay? So, Anand, here you go.
Ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Yeah, first of all, very good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
So, ma'am, my question is how I prepare, sorry, so how I set my goals. Okay, so I'm answering on it. Personally, I don't believe in making, sorry, personally, I don't believe in long-term goals. So I always uh, means think that uh, if you want to achieve one specific destination, so we have to set different uh, different. For example, if I have to go to any destination, so what will be the uh, best way or the shortest way to go there, and how I can means divide the whole journey into small parts. So basically, I usually focuses on means short-term goals. For example, I want to become a full stack developer. So I will first make my not make my goal as a full stack developer. I will first make my goals means divide my goals into small parts, and first I will uh, start focusing on front end. Then after completing front end, I will go then backend, and I will do then other stuff like middleware and all things. So if you want to achieve any kind of goals, so firstly believe in small term goals and try to achieve means try to achieve the short term goals in a limited time of period. And yeah, you can just means I believe in short term goals, because means when we are going towards the long term goals, so the the time requirement for that goal is very means very big, and you get very demotivated. So I can't go there because the distance is too far. So I usually believe in short term goals and try to achieve in a specific time period, and that makes means sense in my life. I have achieved many things by following this path.
Makes sense, Anand. Thank you very much. You may disconnect the conversation.
Yeah,
Okay, everyone, can
sorry,
we
but
please?
from where I can disconnect? Okay, 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 I got it. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic job, Anand. Thank you very much. So, I really liked your idea and I accept it that yes, a long term goal looks like too much of a journey. So, while your eye is on a long term goal, what you focus on achieving is divide them into 5 short term goals and achieve those. So basically, you believe in going step by step. So idea was great, Anand. You can refine the way you're putting across your idea. A little bit of refining is required. Okay. Now, also, I focus is nahi, I focus. Okay. He, she, it focuses, but when it comes to I, which is a uh, singular subject, the verb will be focus. Is that clear? All right, lovely. Anish, are you there? Shall I invite you? You need to raise your hand to speak, Anshul. Okay, there you go.
Good evening, ma'am. I think I'm audible to you. May I?
Very well, yes.
Hello. Okay. Well, I'm just about to share that how in my office I just had a mistake once, and how the management and I handle this situation. Well, I work in a school where my job is to basically conduct all the IT related activities. So there are situations when we do some mistakes, and some parents get very excited and they come to the school and they say that how could you do such things. An institution like the school should not do such things, so that the parents would be in panic mode. So once, by mistake, our team just sent a message that their kid is absent from the school, and the parent literally come to the school, and they just shout. They were just started to shout at the reception. So the principal, well, she was an old lady. She was about to just she started the school 30 years ago, and she was a very old lady. She just listened to our situation, that how did we send this SMS, that she also listened that anyone could do some mistake. But how we handle this is that we accepted our mistake, and we feel very sorry about this, and we also said to the management that we will try not to do this again. But in this all of the scenarios, we just learned that whenever you do mistakes in such a institution or in like any company, you just need to accept your mistake, and somehow you will find that everybody, your parents or the clients or the management, will think that yeah, you are a human, you can do mistakes. So it is that you accept your mistake and then try to not repeat this again. So this is what I have learned from my previous mistakes, and this is what I want to share. So thank you everyone. I hope that I said something correct.
Excellent, Anish. Thank you very much. You may
Okay,
end the conversation.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Most
everyone.
welcome. Okay, so Anish, I had a mistake. No, we say I made a mistake. Okay, and then the parent come to the school. The parent came to the school. Yeah, and the parent got excited. The better word is overwhelmed or worried. Okay, and you use the word matlab. Okay, so while in interview, please avoid using Hindi words or fillers. Yeah. Otherwise, again, your experience sound genuine. You sound genuine, and I definitely agree that if you make a mistake, you must accept it. And also, in an interview, do talk about what you did to correct the error or what you did to ensure that the error does not repeat. Okay, so also we need to give an assurance to our potential employer that the mistake would not be repeated. That is a super important aspect of it. Okay, on that note, Atish, shall we invite you? Most welcome, Anish. All right, Atish, here you go. That's your invite.
I'm audible. Hello,
Yes, Atish, you are.
hello,
Can you hear me?
hello.
Hello? Could you hear us? Oh my God. Okay. So Anish has raised hand again. Is that a different Anish? Okay. All right. So Anish, I'm inviting you. There you go.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
So, hello everyone. My name is Anish. I'm from Hyderabad. So, I've taken topic on have given a given example on how you work on a team. So, it was during the time of hackathon with a team of 3 members, including me as a team leader of my team. So we came up each other with their skills, what they know, and how can we develop our website. So I organized brainstorming sessions and came up with various best ideas. Out of them, we have chosen selected one and implemented the solution, conducting meetups and reviewing our code implementations each other and getting feedbacks from the users. So as a team leader, have seen all the implementations, their reviews, and all of that. And based on that, we again started implementation for the ground up process and finally submitted our solution. So finally, our team was selected as a top winners among 1800 teams. So as a I was considered as a excellent leader of our team. So yeah, thank you.
Excellent, Anish. Congratulations. You may end the conversation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome. So, Anish, I really liked your approach and the way you explained the process. Yes, absolutely. So, however, just one thing that speak with confidence and also add some excitement in your voice. Okay. So, how do others know you're passionate about something? When you are appreciated as the winner and when you are appreciated as best leader, when you talk about it, there should be pride in your voice as well when you talk about it. Okay, so try to bring intonations, change in tone when you speak. Okay, otherwise, fab job. Atish, basically, once you raise hand and if you miss the conversation, you can try it after 15 minutes or 10 minutes, something like that. You may not be able to raise your hand immediately. Okay. On that note, shall we invite you, Shabir? Okay. Here you go.
Audible.
Yes.
Uh, Actually, the question I have taken as the mistake what I made and how I managed it. Actually, I was working in a company, the company which is dealing in the product of fire resistant, fire proof, bullet resistance doors, windows. So what happened once, I processed one order without getting the approval from client. It was a mistake. The order was processed, and somehow after a few days when I checked, there was no approval from client. I was shocked. It was a very big mistake because somehow I had to cover this. I talked to first thing what I did. I talked to my general manager directly, my boss. That's boss. I did this and this is my mistake and somehow I don't know what should I do. I'm really embarrassed. Boss replied me that Shabir, it's your mistake and howsoever you will have to fix it. Okay, otherwise pay for it. Simple. Uh, the next thing was what I did. I set a face-to-face meeting with my client. Okay, I sat with him. I talked to him that obviously you need this product. That's why you are asking for quotation. Somehow it was my mistake that I processed this order without getting your approval. Okay, so I know you are in need of this product. So if you need a further discount or something like that, please go ahead and ask. I'll talk to the boss if possible and get back to you. Okay, but please, if you can, please go for it. Finally, he convinced. Okay, and I just sorted out this mistake. And what I learned from there, whenever there was something like that, I went through multiple verification. Okay, process. So that's all about my mistake, man.
Absolutely, Shabir. By the way, just curious, what was the cost of the product?
It was about 1.5 lakh.
Okay, good, it got sorted. All right, lovely. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Good
thank you,
job.
ma'am. Thank you.
Most welcome. Please end the conversation. Thank you. Okay, so excellent storytelling again, Shabir. Uh, You can definitely specify the year here. You mentioned that I was working with an organization in whatever field. You can also mention the year, since you are definitely not going to mention the company name, confidentiality. Yes, you can definitely mention the year. Uh, I approached my boss immediately, and I really liked your approach because that's what you should do. You should always keep your immediate manager in the loop. Okay. Then you met the client. He convinced. No, he finally got convinced. Okay, Shabir? He was convinced or he got convinced. Or you can say, I finally convinced him to purchase the product or pay for the product. Okay. But yes, with the way you started and the coherent manner that you spoke in, much appreciated. So fab job, Shabir. No, Sai, we are doing interview question and answers. So basically, these are the topics or these are the questions that you can choose one of the questions from these and answer. So this is what we have been doing. Clear? So Sai, if you would like, please take a snapshot of this. Done? Okay. Okay, why is there so much of a confusion? I see a lot of people with confused emoticon. May you please write down your queries here in the chat box? Do we have any questions, confusions as such? Okay. All right. So someone's just being nasty or supandi. Okay. Lovely. So if some of you are interested in answering these interview questions tomorrow, I will try and accommodate some time and see if we can make time to discuss or time for you to speak. So please come prepared and make the most of this opportunity. Okay. Uh, it's not every day that you get to receive comments from someone on your interview question and answers. Okay, so it gives you confidence, A, and it also gives you the course correction. Okay, just in case if you need to correct on something, this helps you. So try to make max of it. Now we are going to look at what must you do on an interview day. Okay, so as soon as you reach the venue, make sure that you greet everyone. Okay, so if a security guard says hello to you, nowadays in organizations are very specific. Securities must greet the employees or the visitors, as you know. Okay, so if you get greeted at the gate or at the entrance by the receptionist, please do smile and greet. Okay, it doesn't cost much. However, it definitely gets observed, notice that you are a team player, that you are someone who is humble and kind. So basically, organizations look at hiring people who are well behaved, who are humble, and who like to mix with people, who like to basically be around people. Yeah. So greet people when you see them and when they greet you. Okay. There are a few essential behavior checkpoints. Okay, which is not being rude to anyone, not getting into fight with anyone. When if you have to uh, make a gate pass or put your name, address, telephone number before entering the premises, do it. Apart from that, when you are when you are reaching the venue for the interview, make sure that you reach interview venue 30 minutes in advance, at least 30 minutes in advance. Okay. Why? Because we expect you to basically freshen up before the interview time, tell or inform someone at the reception that you're here, and then settle. Settle and observe what is happening in the organization, and do not make use of phone and browse through social media. What I sadly noticed today is whenever I'm out and I see a single person standing alone, okay, I have never seen that people observing or looking up. Yes, all they do is they are busy with their phones, especially if they are standing alone. Okay, but when you go for the interview, don't do that. Just in case if you feel uncomfortable observing or just sitting like that, you may probably remove a book and read a page or two from there, or there would be magazines, newspapers. Make use of that. Okay, or if someone's sitting next to you, you can have a small chat with them as well. Now, how should your conduct be during the interview? So, uh, as soon as you're guided towards the interview room, you make sure that you knock. Once you are allowed to enter, you also take permission before sitting, or you would basically wait for them to guide you or tell you to take a seat. Just in case if the interviewer does not offer you the seat, you may ask them, "May I take a seat?" And that is totally fine. So that's first behavior checkpoint. If they shake hands with you, do uh, do shake hands with them, okay, and offer a firm, confident handshake, which we have already discussed about. Thirdly, your back should be straight, okay. Whatever bag, purse you're carrying, please do not keep that on the table. You either keep it on the chair next to you, and if there is no chair next to you, you keep it on the ground. Okay, the ground, the floor is not dirty. Don't worry. They vacuum it on regular basis. So you may definitely use the floor. Um, Keep a smiling face. Do not keep anything in your hand, especially you are highly nervous. When people are nervous, this is what they tend to do. How does it feel? How does it feel? Irritating. Yeah. People also do this. Yeah. People also fidget with whatever they have in their hands. Okay. So I suggest that, yes, also moving their legs. Okay. Which basically ends up moving the entire table. Yeah. So it's it's more of anxiety, nervousness, daljit than overconfidence. Okay, so it's best you keep nothing in your hands. It's best you keep everything aside and you keep your hands on the table or somewhere near where your interviewer can see it. So basically, the more exposure they have of your face, of your hands, the more they trust you. That's why you see passport pictures, the view of your ears is a must. Okay, the more people see you, the more they trust you. That's a basic psychology. Okay, however your interview goes, good or not so good, which may happen often. Okay, after 20 years of experience, it still happens with me. When I get into a business discussion, sometimes it does not go well, but you have to maintain your cool, you have to maintain the cordial attitude. Okay, so do thank them for their time. Yes, do thank interviewer for their time. If you've learned something, you can tell them that thank you for that tip, thank you for the advice. I think even I have learned a lot from you today. Yeah, so not every interview would be a success. Some interviews would be a learning experience, and when you leave the room with such a positive note, okay, the interviewer tends to remember you for a long time. And you may not be a right fit now, but you may be or become a right fit 3 months or 6 months down the line. Yeah. I guess so. Akhil, you need to go very, very, very prepared. And second, I want you to practice mock interviews. That's why I'm saying, if you want your nervousness to go away, okay, if you want your jitters to run away, you need to make use of this platform. Come on the mic and speak. Okay, you need to take the mic. Here, no, here, while I gave you practice, right? You all, so I asked you all to raise your hands and answer the interview questions. So if you fear something, basically the only way to overcome it is to face it. Okay, Akhil? So please do come on mic, speak. Also, you can record yourself while speaking. Okay, so pick up an interview question, prepare the answer, and then record yourself and find out your own mistakes. Catch your friends, your family. Yeah, catch your friends, your family. You can have them ask you questions and role play with them that you're giving the interview. Okay, and tell them how, ask them how you did. So basically, it's a matter of time, Akhil. The more you practice, the more confidence you gain. Make sense? Absolutely, Shabir. It's a very, very, very important part of the job. Even if you are not in, uh, say, a team manager role, or if you are doing a totally IC role, like a software developer, even then, there would be some point when you would need to speak, and that's when your public speaking skills would help you talk about your work. Yeah, end of the day, people should be also able to hear about your work. They can see your work and they should also be able to hear you. Yeah. uh, does anyone remember Hardik Pandya or know Hardik Pandya? Yes. Do you remember how he started and how he was when he started? Anybody? So what was his situation when he started? Could he speak? No, he couldn't. And then he learned the skill gradually. Okay. Even you can watch, if you've watched the Kapil Dev movie, 83. you would see the same thing. No, the brother Hardik Pandya. Okay, even you may check uh, Virat Kohli, yeah, how he has evolved over years. And it only happens with practice. If great cricketers like these can make errors, okay, fail, and learn to speak in public, why can't we? Right? Yes. So that's why I said do not shy away from coming on the mic and speaking. Yeah, that's the only way to overcome this fear. Jack Ma. Okay. What about him, Shanavas? And there are very many such examples. Okay. Not just one or two. There are many such examples. Yeah, I know Alibaba. Yeah, he failed many a times. Correct. Okay. So what we are left with is personal grooming. So we'll do this in the next session. But what I want you to do is assume that you have come across a suitable position. Okay, whatever position that you want to work on. Okay, say full stack developer or a product manager, whatever it is. Okay, for XYZ company, you can here assume the company name. Okay, and you are keen on applying for the role. And what does the organization want? They want a 3 minute of Loom video wherein you talk about the company, the role, and why it interests you. Why would you like to work with our organization? That's the question you need to answer. So you simply need to open Loom software, okay, and record your video. And you can share the same on your dashboard or wherever you submit the assignments, okay, and it will be checked and you will get feedback as well. So please do complete that assignment. Yeah, here it is. Please take a snapshot. Mm, very good, that's really nice. Vamparala, I'm not sure if I'm getting your name right. Is it Vamparala or it's Naga or it's Venkat? Yes, Pranav. Video resume is also an in thing, but not a lot of organizations ask for it. But you can definitely record yourself and you can put your introduction on LinkedIn as well, a video. So, yes, you may do that. You may do it by this weekend, Ali. By this weekend? Yes. Practice definitely brings improvement. Sure, I'm sharing it. Surely. Here you go. There you go. Done, everyone? Okay. Now, do you have any questions for me as far as when we talked about researching? Loom is a software. So you simply download Loom and you record the videos on it, it is yes, it is free and user friendly. Anand, that's not something I'm sure of. I think you have to create a user account there on your dashboard or on your Slack, wherever you submit the assignment. Daljit. Yes. So apart from that, as far as the session is concerned, do you have any questions for me? So starting from exploratory call to researching the organization, to researching the job description, to researching the industry, to answering interview question and answers. Yes, Pranit, it is. If you have doubts, you can definitely connect with your point of contact and let them resolve that query for you. Yeah, lovely. Yes. So basically, it may not be a telephonic interview. Basically, exploratory call is something that employer makes to understand if you are okay with organization's terms and conditions. And exploratory call is also made to set up your interview time, and it also is made to understand for you to understand if the industry or if the organization is as per your liking or not. Okay, so it's just that employers want to avoid calling you for the interview and then realizing that you're not okay to move for this particular position. Okay, so they just want to make sure that you're okay with the job conditions before you come for the interview. Yes, other questions? Most welcome. Do we have any other questions for the day? Okay, I hope the session was not too heavy for all of you, and hope that you enjoyed learning more about the interviews. Lovely, thank you. So we have a day's break in between, and we would now meet on Wednesday. Okay, so do take time to sit and reflect on any questions. Most welcome, Nilanjan. Any questions that you might have pertaining to interviews, and feel free to ask me those questions on Thursday. Now, Thursday and Friday are the only 2 days we are left with. Okay, so please do get as many doubts cleared as possible. Yes, the class is on Thursday. That's what I said. We have a day's break and we meet on Thursday now. Thank you very much, Mayank. So, all of you, thank you so much. I know you have to go to work tomorrow, so please carry on. Sleep tight. Thank you very much again for being such active participants, and I will see you all on Thursday. Good night, Nilanjan. Bye bye, Pranav. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Thank you, Naga. Good night, Pranesh, Satish, Yogesh, Sachin. Yes, I will definitely have sweet dreams. Okay, good night, everyone. Sleep tight. Thank you.